Nityanandam, yes, welcome back, Sri Nitya. We have an amazing webinar, and on these extraordinary spiritual sciences that existed, and it has been destroyed, due to persecution over many years. And it is so very important, for us to demonstrate, the Hindu lifestyle, Hindu spiritual sciences like teleportation that Swamiji shared today, and the Hindu social structure, Hindu jurisprudence, make it as a livable working model. It is the right of every Hindu, to be able to enjoy and live it. And how Swami Vivekananda visualized, a Hindu nation. Aurobindo, aspired for it. Yogananda yearned. Osho worked for it. Maharshi Mahesh Yogi mandated it. Our Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji, made it happen. It is our responsibility to stand up for this more than ever, to be able to make this demonstrable and a livable working model, and also make this understand and make every Hindu understand that Hinduism is real. And with this, I really wanted to today, I'm very happy to introduce Hindu patrons. Yes, I'm really happy to introduce Hindu patron, and really a nationalistic movement. Today, Hindu, like Hinduism has patron deities. Hindu patrons are those passionate Hindus to reclaim their Hindu identity, bringing social political legitimacy to Hinduism diaspora, and really join forces with Kailasa, world's greatest Hindu nation, the first Hindu nation, standing with solidarity in the revival of the ancient civilization. Showing the world Sanatana Hindu Dharma is real, Hinduism is real. Kailasa brings legitimacy to the Hindu social structure by demonstrating its livable and working model. Hindu patrons can be the medium through which the Hindu social structure, Hindu spiritual sciences, Hindu lifestyle, and Hindu jurisprudence can be demonstrated to the world, make it relevant to humanity in the process of grand revival. It is very important. The Hindu patrons are given this fantastic opportunity, to explore the vastness and depth of Hinduism through education programs. And with this, I would actually like Manitya Pranapriyananda to actually share a little bit about the Hindu patron and how it applies, to each and every, Hindu today. And I like Manitya Pranapriyananda to continue with the Hindu patron and how it is relevant, to today's world.
Yes, thank you so much, Amritanandaya. Nityanandam, it's wonderful to connect with all of you to share about the Hindu patron. Why do you need to become a Hindu patron? So first of all, Kailasa is the survival need for the humanity. In the ancient glory of our past Hindu civilization, we knew the science of living and traveling through vertical time zones. So what Swamiji has revealed and initiating all of us, including in today's webinar, all these sciences, we inherited it as Hindus. The worst crisis humanity is going through is that more than 70% of the human population feels consciously uprooted, often as a result of the deadly combination of chronic capitalism, extremist religious ideologies, and extremely exploitative and oppressive political ideologies and decision making. 48 out of 49 ancient civilizations that preserved the science of consciousness and lived in harmony with nature have been destroyed. Hindu civilization is the only civilization that is remaining that is also on the verge of extermination. All the aboriginal indigenous cultures of today, right from Adi Saiva Vedalas of South India to Africans' voodoo tradition or Siberian shamanic traditions, to the first nation cultures of North America. Every single civilization is still carrying the blueprint of conscious lifestyle from the ancient civilizations, which is in Hindu civilization. Everything is being pushed to the subjugation and destruction in the name of globalization and modernization. The Hindu civilization is subjected to centuries of persecution, and in the ancient glory of our past Hindu civilization, we knew the science of living and traveling in the vertical time zones. Kailasa, the Hindu Vedagamic civilization, which is the mother of all the ancient conscious civilizations, is responsible for reviving the science of enlightenment and power manifestation on the planet Earth, giving the super conscious breakthrough to humanity. The current period of time is a very critical phase in the history of the universe when the knowledge about the science of enlightenment, power manifestation, originally as revealed in Vedas and Agamas, have been destroyed by life negative forces to such an extent that it posed as an existential threat to this very planet Earth. The extinction of this Hindu science of enlightenment and power manifestation will be the destruction of the planet Earth. Kailasa is the seed bank of Hinduism, preserving all this sacred knowledge of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the science of enlightenment and power manifestation from Vedas and Agamas, so that the planet Earth will forever have access to this great science, great sacred science to keep the Dharma Chakra alive in Bhuloka. What Swami Vivekananda visualized a Hindu nation, what Aurobindo aspired for it, Yogananda yearned, Osho worked, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi mandated, with the grace of Paramashiva and all the blessings of the gods and goddesses, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, has made it happen. As per the international standards, 4 things are needed for a nation, which is sovereign land, permanent population, governing body, ability to enter into relationship with other nations. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, has made all the 4 things happen successfully to revive the enlightened civilization and nation. Kailasa is a religious run nation by the enlightened Guru Parampara, which is a sovereign order. Kailasa's land will run on Hindu constitution, Vedas and Agamas. Kailasa's jurisprudence runs on Manu Shastra and Dharma Shastra. The first preamble of Kailasa is right to experience, to be treated by yourself and others, and you towards others as Paramashiva. This is the fundamental right Kailasa provides for every single being. So naturally, we are non-violent and coexist blissfully. The Kailasa has its own Supreme Court. Kailasa's bands function based on Hindu principles. The lands are run based on Hindu constitution. Kailasa has its own reserve bank and issues its own currency. Kailasa has a sovereign territory and will act as the spiritual headquarters of most contributing and only surviving ancient Hindu civilization on planet Earth. Other than army, Kailasa has everything. Kailasa is a non-violent nation. It does not require any army. The United Nations have recognized Kailasa as a nation. Kailasa has diplomatic relationships with multiple countries across the globe as per the Vienna Convention, including host country and sister city agreements. Kailasa is the first nation for all Hindus. So, Hindu patron, you are an honorary member of Kailasa who are directly blessed by gods and goddesses of Kailasa and chosen to be part of this cosmic revival. Patrons will be part of this elite team who will be part of Kailasa nation building. Kailasa is a seed bank of all the 10,000 sampradayas. Kailasa is not a competition to any nation. Kailasa complements all the nations. Kailasa will establish political, social, economic, religious, legal, and spiritual legitimacy for Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Kailasa is not just a solution for Hindus. Kailasa is a solution for whole of the humanity. Kailasa can solve and destroy global problems from the root level. Kailasa is interested in building an ecosystem where all the beings coexist happily, protecting planet Earth. Kailasa represents all the sampradayas of Hinduism. It is not restricted to Shaivism. It is going to revive all the sampradayas of Hinduism. Kailasa will continuously work for Hindus, focusing on enlightenment science of Hindus. Purpose of Kailasa is to show that Hinduism is real. It is the right and responsibility of every single Hindu out there to become a Hindu patron of Kailasa. And now, Paramashiva Level 3 is a complimentary but compulsory 21-day orientation and initiation convention headed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, to be attended by the patrons of Kailasa. Paramashivam Level 3 allows Hindu patrons to first give a superconscious breakthrough to themselves, align their DNA back to cosmic DNA, and get trained into being an active medium to give a conscious breakthrough to the entire humanity through the revival of Kailasa. Hindu patrons will be invited to several conventions to get trained in different dimensions of Hinduism. So, I'm going to introduce the Hindu patron model, which involves 3 months of training, 3 months of project training with a schedule of 4 to 6 weeks 4 to 6 hours per week. So apart from Paramashivoham Level 3, you'll also be part of various training modules, which involves all the whys of Hinduism. You'll be learning chanting. You'll be part of Hindu think tank, where you'll be able to collaborate with Hinduism PDR team on Vakyartha Sadas and organize debates. You'll be educated into Agamas, the introduction to Agamas, give an overview on what is Agama and different Agamas that forms the core of Vedic Shruti. We will also dive deeper into some of the more significant texts like Kamikagama to give a reader a taste of how the revival of Kailasa is taking place according to the truths and directions given in Agamas. Hindu patrons will also be educated into Hindu Bhava Shastra, learning the importance of vegetarian food and Paramashiva's kitchen, various aspects of Hindu cooking, how to start cooking class, and spread awareness on vegetarian food lifestyle, contribute to various international journals. And also be trained into Hindu temple sciences, learn about Hindu temples worldwide, history of these temples, how they were enlightenment ecosystems, engage with worldwide Hindu temples, and understand the uniqueness of these temples. Hindu patrons will also be educated into Hindu jurisprudence, which is the most ancient system of jurisprudence in the world, with principles of justice being sourced directly from Vedas and Agamas, the source scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Hindu Vedagamas form the core constitution of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and Dharma Shastras are the basis of Hindu code of conduct in Hindu state. You'll also learn about these principles and their application in today's world, primarily in the context of revival of Hindu jurisprudence in Kailasa. So the Hindu patron offer is, the membership fee is 21,000 US dollars. You get to attend PSM level 3. Along with this, you'll also be trained for 12 weeks and engage in various projects of Kailasa for 12 weeks. So do not miss this opportunity, become a Hindu patron today, because as we have seen, it is the right and responsibility of every single Hindu to be part of Kailasa. So here is an opportunity, so do not miss this opportunity. And we have Srimati Muktananda Ayya, who's going to share about why should you become a Hindu patron now. So I welcome Mukta Ayya to share his thoughts about why every single Hindu should become a Hindu patron now.
Nityanandam, thank you, Ma Pranapriya. Thank you, Sri Amritaya. That is such an exciting to hear all the offers and the opportunity to sit with Swamiji for 21 days in PSM3. I wanted to share my personal view on this idea of being a Hindu patron. See, I asked people who, first of all, I want to say there will be no demonstration of time travel today. So I'll say that up front. Second is I talked to a lot of people in my friend circle, my family, people who live in the US, who have moved here, studied here. I asked them, do you believe in Hinduism? Do you practice Hinduism? And the sad answer is they say no. And the question, the reason I asked them why, and they say, I don't think Hinduism is relevant to my life. And that makes my blood boil when I hear something like that, such a ridiculous statement, because Hindus are the most successful religious group in any country they go to, whether you take United States or UK, Australia, Canada, any one of them. In fact, 74% of Hindus are college graduates, and they earn the highest per capita income among all religious groups in the US. And in the UK, most number of doctors, entrepreneurs actually come from Hinduism. So it makes my blood boil. Why do people think that Hinduism is not relevant to their life? It's because they have this false idea that the Macaulay education they got is more relevant than Hinduism. And they think, oh, I'm educated. Because of education, I am successful. No, you're successful because of your Hindu upbringing, your Hindu principles, applying that to your daily life. That is why you're successful. In fact, you can see that as generations of Hindus living in the US come up, as they forget their Hindu background, that success disappears. They just become like any other community. So it makes my blood boil. And I'm asking you, does it make you feel bad inside when you see that you have succeeded from Hinduism, but others are struggling? Others don't realize its importance. Number one. Second, the other thing that really makes my blood boil is when people say negative things about Hinduism truly without understanding what it is, the principles about either how we treat women, how we treat, what does caste mean. When people say such things, the other day I was watching somebody talk in a video about saying, oh, my religion is all about direct word from God. Hinduism does not have any direct word from God. And I'm like, how ignorant can somebody be? It really makes me angry. And does that make you angry? Does that make you want to stand up and do something about it? Do you feel, I want to defend, but do you feel, you know what, maybe I don't know enough? Maybe if I speak something, I'll say something wrong and then people will attack me. Do you feel that difference? But you have the passion in your heart. Then you have to become a Hindu patron because you want to do it. You want to defend. You want to stand up for Hinduism. You want to share the beauty you have received.
परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे.
Like he always did, he created a buzz with the simple blink of an eyelid. As a village boy and a president, running a nation 110%. The golden Raja with the jasmine scent, the holy Godzilla, the ego killer. The pure truth to the world he presents. He's the true master, the real karma blaster. A dose of his truth fills you with fire, raises you to Kailasa. Higher and higher, simple Shakti path, you straight into bliss. All incompletions are completely dismissed. I am the Parama Shiva, Shiva. Me in the me is in you as me. You are the Parama Shiva, Shiva. You in the you sees you in me. We are the Parama Shiva, Shiva. Living in Kailasa, the place to be. Nityananda Parama Shiva brought Kailasa back on the map. With a flag, a bang, done deal, it's a wrap, no gap. Cheering, clap, cause he's jacked. The true Guruji is back, that's a fact. The bliss of the avatar gets unwrapped. Sous toutes ses formes, il se manifeste. Il est conscience, partout imprégné. Existence immaculée, il est céleste. Étant incarné dans la réalité. Il célèbre son existence dans l'unité. Existant dans le présent et non dans le passé. Irradiant l'extase éternelle, félicité. Une bénédiction, une dose de bliss en condensé. Éternel et donc toujours présent, jamais en arrière, toujours en avant, innocent et donc toujours puissant, inébranlable, volonté persistante. I am the Parama Shiva, Shiva. Me in the me is in you as me. You are the Parama Shiva, Shiva. You in the you sees you in me. We are the Parama Shiva, Shiva. Living in Kailasa, the place to be. Nityananda Parama Shiva brought Kailasa back on the map. With a flag, a bang, done deal, it's a wrap, no gap. Cheering, clap, cause he's jacked. The true Guruji is back, that's a fact. The bliss of the avatar gets unwrapped. By the power of his being, he ascends the throne. As he makes things happen and always will. In the enlightened space, by his gurus he was grown. Oozing out of compassion, as he's always filled. Like a lion in the zone he owns. From his fearless roar, let the truth be shown. Poof, like magic ignorance is blown, while the pure space of enlightenment is grown. As a glorious king straight on the throne, the cherry on top just like a gemstone. He sits in the space fresher than cologne, having Shakti flowing through his backbone. I am the Parama Shiva, Shiva. Me in the me is in you as me. You are the Parama Shiva, Shiva. You in the you sees you in me. We are the Parama Shiva, Shiva. Living in Kailasa, the place to be. Nityananda Parama Shiva brought Kailasa back on the map. With a flag, a bang, done deal, it's a wrap, no gap. Cheering, clap, cause he's jacked. The true Guruji is back, that's a fact. The bliss of the avatar gets unwrapped.
Blessings to all of you. I'll start responding to your questions. Answering your questions and questioning your answers. And initiation. Before that, today we have a beautiful ceremony, festival. Kailasa, Seattle. Kailasa, Seattle is celebrating 14th anniversary today. So beautiful. So beautiful to see Paramashiva in Ananda Dandava. My blessings to Kailasa, Seattle. Everyone who made Kailasa, Seattle into reality and who is still keeping it alive. I know Sri Shraddha and Ma Shraddha are literally pouring their blood and sweat and so many other volunteers, donors to keep the Kailasa, Seattle alive. My blessings to all of you. I want all of you to know that Nataraja, Paramashiva's Archavatara, how he manifested is a story I should narrate. I think in 2003 or 4, the early days, when we had only 1 or 2 Adinavasis, they have to remain in Adinam to take care of the ashram. So I did not have anyone to accompany me. I went all alone with yellow bag, my things to Kumbakonam, the workshop where this deity was getting made, where Paramashiva was taking the Archavataram. Stayed there for 10 days. And still that workshop, that Stapati's Patrai, that place where the deity is made is there still. Old lady used to sell idlis. You know how much the one idli costs in those days?